What's going on, guys? Today we're here with Jaron's 2019 ROUSH Supercharged Mustang GT.
What's going on, guys? My name's Jaron. Today I'm going to tell you all about my 2019 ROUSH Charged Mustang GT. The first thing you may notice is a super bright green color. I've traditionally had like more tame colors, so this was a little step out of the box for me. It's called Need for Green. It's a 2019 only color, and I've done a little bit of research, and apparently there's only less than 800 of them made, so that's kind of a cool fact. Starting off, you notice the Vossen HF5 wheels. They're 20 by 9.5 up front, 20 by 10.5 in the rear. We've got the blackout badges from UPR over here. We got the ROUSH quarter window louvers. It's a PP, so you've got the rear spoiler, the performance package spoiler. Swing back around up front real quick. We've got some ROUSH bits and pieces. We've got the ROUSH front splitter and the wheel shrouds. And then down here, these are actual functional aero pockets. You cut out a piece of the bumper and put in the aero pocket right there, and there's actually auxiliary coolers that come with the ROUSH Phase 2 supercharger kit. You get an additional supercharger cooler and an additional engine cooler. Oh yeah, also Cervini Stalker hood from Cervini's. Nice little open scoop. So this is the ROUSH 2650 Phase 2 supercharger. Makes 750 horsepower, a little over 650 pound-feet of torque. It's just their basic kit, no modifications, like no upgraded pulley or intake, anything like that. Something else that I've got under here is the UPR catch cans, the dual catch cans. If you've got a 5.0, definitely need a pair of catch cans. All right, so we've got a flat deck lid panel. If you have a 2018 plus Mustang, they have these little slats in here. This one doesn't. I took this off my old 2015. It actually fits, so if any of you guys were wondering, all you have to do is break a few tabs and they don't hop right in. So anyways, cool fact, I've got the ROUSH rear aerofoils, and then I have the ROUSH active exhaust. All right, let's hop on in and go take a ride.
What's up, guys? So we're inside Jaron's 2019 Supercharged Mustang. Thing sounds awesome. So first thing I notice when I step in here is all these names on the dash.
Yeah, I've got quite a few.
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of people offering to sign it as well.
And who do you got on here?
So we've got Justin Pollock. He was actually the first one to sign it. He's right here.
Pro drifter.
We've got Jack Rouse Jr., John Clore, Lee Holman, Daniel Carpenter, Gail Halderman, and Art Hyde.
Oh, that's awesome. And how'd you get all of them to do it?
I pulled it out multiple times and at different car shows and meets and stuff like that, and walked up and asked them to sign it.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, because you'll see that. One of my buddies, he's got a racetrack he races on, drawn on his.
Oh, nice.
Nice. And you're no stranger to Mustangs.
No, I've been around and had quite a few. I started out in a 2001 Mustang V6. My mom told me I couldn't get my driver's license if I didn't know how to drive a manual, so she had a manual 01 V6 at the time, so I took my learner's test in that, drove it, and then she's like, you know, we can help out buy a vehicle, or you can just take the Mustang and make payments on it. So I ended up with a 01 V6.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that. That'd be a new wave.
Yep. Yeah, the little console things always pop out.
Oh, yeah. So then so you ended up with that, and then you also, as people don't know, Jaron does Mustang Fan Club, which is a huge social media platform that he has on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep, Facebook, Instagram, and I started a website like 3 or 4 years ago to kind of just like help accent that and get some more information out.
Well, and it's crazy because like every time I see someone posting something about Mustangs, they always use your hashtag.
Yeah.
Mustang Fan Club. So how'd you get started with that?
I started in 2012. So like Instagram, you know, started or started getting traction around like 2011. So anyways, I started just posting stuff. I needed an outlet. I found myself attending a lot of car shows and stuff like that, taking photos, and I just needed an outlet to, you know, I guess like feed my passion.
Yeah.
And I just started posting stuff, started gaining traction, and then I was like, oh wow, I've got 100K followers. I kind of need to do something with this. And then just kept doing what I kept doing, posting stuff, posting unique content, going to meets and events, stuff like that, and it just kind of kept growing.
Yeah, that's really cool. So then this is riding on the ROUSH suspension, because most of the car is ROUSH.
Yeah, so it's got the ROUSH one-way adjustable coilovers.
It rides awesome, and it's funny because both being in Pete's with the F.O.R.D performance track and this, I mean, you can tell the difference, but they both handle super well.
Oh,
and they don't beat you up, which I'm assuming is a credit to the IRS, but it really drives nice.
Well, I've ridden in, before I had coilovers, I had ridden in a few vehicles that had I guess like a lower end set of coilovers, and you're like doing like this over everything.
Yeah,
like
a buckboard.
It's nice. I mean, because you can feel all the dips and divots in the roads and stuff like that. But it's not harsh and beats you up. Like you want to be able, like if you're on a track doing track duty, stuff like that. Like you want to be able to feel, like you want to be part of your car.
Absolutely.
That way you can know and feel and predict stuff like that. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I drive it every day. I don't have any complaints.
Well, in your silver one, you had a lot of miles on that, pretty much supercharged, right?
Yep. Yeah, I had the ROUSH Phase 2 on it, the 2300, and then the three-way adjustable ROUSH coilovers.
Yeah.
I put like 93,000 miles on that.
Yeah. So what's your favorite mod on this so far?
I would have to say, I mean, obviously, the supercharger is fun.
Oh yeah.
Because
that takes it to a new level.
Yeah, I love the exhaust too. Like you just can't beat the sound of this. It's got the ROUSH Resonator Delete X pipe, and then the active exhaust, like I mentioned before.
Yeah. And you do notice the difference between the modes on that, which is nice. I think that's one of the best pieces of technology that we've seen roll out in the past few years.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on camera.
I think it's a rear one.
Oh okay, but like here's. So you can actually hear the supercharger a little bit. Whenever
it's just silent pulling. It's like an electric train.
So it's still on quiet mode.
That is nuts. Holy cow.
And this is open.
That's crazy. Well, and that's just it. I mean, like, and I've noticed too, you know, the drone is what drives you nuts. And like, if you ever were in a situation where we're starting to bother you, just like a really long trip, you just close it. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and so like in sport mode, so there's touring, sport, track, and custom, which I only use touring or custom.
Yeah.
But in sport mode, like once you hit a certain RPM, so it's in sport right now, so once you start giving it gas and it hits a certain RPM, it'll actually close by itself. So it's right around, you know, 70 miles per hour or something like that.
That's pretty neat.
It'll close by itself, yeah.
So then, as we said, Jaron does the Mustang Fan Club, which ultimately has led you to where?
So I worked in like I've always told myself that I wanted to like work or be in a field that I'm passionate about. Like I just don't want to collect a paycheck. So I've done, like I pretty much stayed in automotive. Like all my jobs have been in automotive. And then previously I started working at ROUSH Performance back in January. So actually it's been a little over 3 months since I started with them. I'm part of the marketing team there.
Which is exciting to think. Like, would you have ever expected that years ago when you started out that you'd end up?
Like that was obviously like a major goal of mine, and I've been close with a lot of the people there. I love the brand. I've worked with them since 2015 on my first S550, so you know I've always had a relationship with them. But I was fortunate enough to have a position offered to me, and I've been with them for 3 months now.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's so funny just to think about that, because you just never know. Like, you can try to plan everything out, but you just never know where you're gonna end up.
Yep.
So if money was no object, I know how much you like this car so far, but if you could buy any car from any era, no worry about income or money, whatever, what would you pick?
Well, they probably wouldn't be Mustangs. I've always had a fascination of the McLaren F1, so it would have to be the McLaren F1 LM, you know, the nice fast one.
Yeah.
And then a Pagani Zonda is the other one. The Roadster.
Yeah, those things are nuts.
And then probably I would have to choose a F.O.R.D as well.
Yeah.
Those are my non-Mustang, but like my poster car Mustangs, my top Mustangs, it'd be a 08 GT500 KR, you know, the silver and blue one, and then the Iacocca Mustang.
Yeah, that one's so unique. The red is a little weird for me, but it's such a cool car, part of history.
Well, like because I got to see one in person, and like the more you look at it, the more like just how seamless and everything lines up. Like you can tell that like they took their time designing it.
Well, that has more of like a hip in the rear, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's basically like a nod to the old fastbacks. Like it's got like a fastback look on it, even though it's a 09.
No, those are neat cars. I love the KR. That's the exhaust that I have on my Mustang, but that was watching Knight Rider, the reboot they did. That was such a cool. That was one of the things I said in my video. I thought that was just such an iconic car.
Oh yeah. Well, if money was no option for you, what would you choose? Your two.
Me? It would be a 0304 Sonic Blue Lightning, and then an 0304 Terminator. And I'd like that. I forget the color. Is it the Torch Red? The one that's like a burgundy? Red Fire?
Yeah, Red Fire.
Red Fire. I just love those. I don't know. I've always had those are my bucket list, like affordable cars that I could actually buy. I just like common car guy cars. So what do you got coming for this bad boy?
So I actually have a new shifter. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Barton or the MGW yet.
Both are solid choices, anyways.
Yeah, and this thing's super floppy in gear. And then I've got a McLeod clutch. It's actually the lethal performance version, the LPXD. So it's their nice beefy heavy duty clutch. Because this factory clutch is dunzo.
And is that heavier than the stock clutch? Those
slightly. I mean, it's not super heavy. Like the clutch of my old car, it was like a freaking Cobra. It was so heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just like the feel. Like it's gonna have bite. It's not gonna be like loose, and like this thing, you can literally shift gears with your hand.
Wow.
That's how light it is. I like a little like feedback.
Yeah.
I like it a little stiffer.
All right, guys. So I just want to thank Jaron for coming on. He's the second guest on Friends on Road Driving. Thanks, Jaron. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We'll talk to you in the next one, guys. Take care.
See ya.